Welcome, everybody, to the Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast, a weekly podcast hosted by four drivers from the PDX Sim team. Myself, Sean, followed up by Jimbo, Coach Mike, and Todd. Join us every Monday as we drop a new episode of the Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast where we talk about sim racing, motorsports, and street cars, and just kind of chit-chatting and bullshitting along the way. So join us every Monday for a new episode of the Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast. We really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much, and enjoy the show. Real quick, if you're a sim racer and you're looking for a new sim rig, check out the affiliate link down below for Extreme Sim Racing. I run an Extreme Sim Racing cockpit. It's well built. There's no flex. They got great customer service. They got all kinds of products. So check out the Extreme Sim Racing affiliate link. We'd really appreciate it. At the bottom, there's a support the show link. That'll take you to our PayPal account. If you'd like to donate to the show, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys for listening, and enjoy the show.
You sure?
I hope so. It said error. And I think we're working now. Episode 37 of the DGDR podcast. Welcome, everybody. We got Jimbo, Coach Mike, and Mullet with us today. Welcome.
Omaha!
I hope this is. I hope this is actually working.
Me too. Me too.
I
We're
have
gonna
all
record
the faith.
2 hours. Record
Right,
2 hours,
and then
and
it's-
there's nothing happening.
We need to re-record that, guys. And happy Memorial Day. It's the weekends is
Happy
about over.
Memorial Day.
But I hope
Yeah.
everyone had a good times.
Well, we should put it this way: it's Memorial Day in the United States.
Yes.
USA! USA!
Woo!
USA!
Freedom.
I found this, and it just describes our country right now in such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way. So
Ooh.
tell me if you can.
Sarcasm?
America is a nation that can be defined in a single.
I love that.
Happy Memorial Day.
All right. We're all fucked.
A single word. I should have.
I
Oh, great. Yep.
Should finish it.
got a refrigerator full of ice cream, boys.
Oh, do you?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you? Did you go to Nancy Pelosi's house?
Oh, bro.
Woo!
We're
I
starting
don't know
off
what-
hot.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know what you're doing this pandemic,
Right.
but I have a freezer full of ice cream. Because 80-year-olds love ice cream when they're trying to run the country. Yeah, great. Thanks. Thanks, rich old lady.
Oh, shit. I'm dying.
So you
Starting
got
off.
Oh, yeah.
you got a bunch of
Popping
ice cream,
off.
huh? Where'd you get all the ice cream from?
My wife got it from the store.
Oh.
Nah, I don't have
Sure
any
was
ice
that?
cream. We don't need ice cream. It makes me fart.
Oh, fuck.
I get
It doesn't
gassy.
just make me fart.
Yeah.
It doesn't just make me fart. I have to
Uh-oh.
actually
No.
go.
Lactose
Oh,
intolerant.
no.
Do you guys have Turkey
Oh.
Hill ice cream where you're from?
No, never heard of it.
No, get turkey
Oh
bacon.
my gosh.
Turkey
Get turkey,
bacon?
turkey. Well, it's not really turkey bacon. It's turkey ham, but they call it bacon in Canada.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Good old Canadian
So
bacon.
interesting.
So, what's this? Tell us about Turkey Hill
Yeah. Is it good?
ice
Just
cream.
Turkey Hill ice cream is the shit. That's all.
Mm.
That is it. It's like if Friendly's ice cream, but it's actually good.
Is that like local to you guys?
I guess it is. I mean,
It's probably like our Tillamook. Do you guys get our Tillamook out there? Tillamook
I
ice
don't
cream?
know what. Nope.
No?
Nope.
Now
Tillamook
that
is
shit
good.
is good.
I'm just gonna say, picked up 3 half-gallons Tillamook for the price of one.
See, that's
Thank
worth
you,
the
Safeway.
farts right there. That is
Yeah,
That's
worth,
worth
the
the
farts.
farts.
You'll take a night of farts for that stuff. Because that is good.
Welcome to ice cream talk, everybody.
Yeah.
What kind of ice cream do you have in your general area?
I'm just a chocolate
Put that,
guy.
put that in the comments, will you? So,
Right.
We need to know.
We got
What is your
Island
equivalent to Turkey Hill ice cream where you're from?
Yeah.
Uh,
Island
that's
Farms
just-
here.
Wonder what
What's your
Todd's
Tillamook
doing.
ice cream?
What do you guys think Todd's doing?
He's
Getting Turkey
stoned.
Hill ice cream.
Right? In
He's stoned.
Kentucky?
First of all.
He's probably having Call of Duty withdrawals.
Yeah. Okay, so he's stoned with Call of Duty withdrawals.
In
Shaking
Kentucky.
in the corner.
That's
I'll
what
tell
you
what
get,
he's
Todd.
not doing.
Right? Hope you're having fun, Todd.
Not doing Call of Duty.
Yeah. In 4 days.
He's definitely not looking at contacts.
Yes. No. Yeah.
No,
Not at all. Nothing
No.
near as eye. It kind of reminds me of that episode of Friends when they had to put eye drops in Rachel's eye and she was freaking out. I feel like Todd would be like that if anyone's seen that episode. It's out of the closet, guys. I like the show Friends. It's okay.
Oh boy.
I love it.
I do too. And
It's
there's
so good.
4 reasons why I like Friends, right? And 2 of those reasons are on Monica, and the other 2 are on Rachel.
Oh, yeah. She's always nipping. Always nipping.
It took Jimbo a second.
You know, there's something I'm really disappointed about this weekend. I don't have a smoker. And there was super good deal on brisket at the Winco's, which is a West Coast thing. And I was like, oh, that's really inexpensive. Couldn't smoke it though.
No.
Then I was like, ooh, I could do rib. No, I don't have a smoker.
Yeah,
Then I
neither
thought
do
wings. I could do wings, and then you know what? I probably could do wings, but they won't be my good smoked wings.
Oh,
So-
you need a smoker. Sounds like you need a smoker.
Yeah, well, I can't have a smoker because I live in an apartment. So
Just tell them, hey, you pitch in some meat, I'll smoke it.
yeah.
We can all eat.
I'll smoke your
Hey,
meat.
throw your meat at me and I'll smoke it. Yeah, it's great. So I guess we should get back to where we're supposed to be.
Get back
Welcome.
to racing.
Yeah, I guess we'll talk about some cars now. So what'd you guys think of this last week?
Dailies?
Dailies.
Didn't
Yeah,
do-
let's go
Yeah, I
dailies.
didn't do too much.
I didn't do a lot, but Race B was a lot of fun, but I didn't do it too. I did it on my secret account.
Oh, there you go. God, I
Yeah,
don't
'cause
even
I was
think I
trying to
did
help.
any of them.
Yeah, I was trying to help coworker Carl, start to get up to speed a little better.
Oh, okay.
So I was on my third account, so I could be with him.
I'm going to chime in on this, right?
Yeah.
don't think that I enjoy like having 2 nations race to prepare for while trying to also do
Right.
the races for the dailies. We had a
Yeah.
great daily C this week. I would have enjoyed trying to pound that out and get like better at, Nürburgring in the wet and just regular dry Nürburgring. That's one of my worst tracks. I would have enjoyed like putting time into it, but instead I had to prepare a terrible one make Sylvia race at Lego, which I hate that place. And then another terrible like one make race, in GR1, even though I love Interlagos. Like that was
Mhm.
my week. I would have loved to dive into the Nürburgring, but it's just there wasn't enough time for me as a player like I am. I need time to prepare. I need
Yeah.
to practice. And I think a lot of people at my level feel that same way. They need time, they need practice, and you're like, thank God manufacturer's not at the same time, or else we'd be screwed.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
We would.
that's
I'm glad
true.
they split it
Well,
up.
I will say this though: the race on Wednesday I used the Ferrari and ended up 5th.
Nice.
You know why? Because people just burnt their tires up in the Sylvia and had issues. They had issues with the Sylvia, and I was like, I'm really confident in the Rari, so I took it, and
I know that's what I should have took
I
too.
did very. Although I would have done better, but first half of the race couldn't get a rhythm going. At second half of the race, I was unstoppable, but getting a rhythm in the first half, oof, I don't know what happened. Like my brain fell out of my head and like rolled around on the ground a little bit, and I picked it up, put it back in, and started. But I would have done way better. I still ended up 5th and felt really good about that. But and then
Looking back at it, I kind of wish I went your route and used the Ferrari because I have not been able to ever match my pace with the Sylvia with, the Ferrari or the McLaren. I'm definitely better in Group 4 with the McLaren and Ferrari than I am the Sylvia. I should have
I'm
used it.
telling you, yeah, I'm telling you, the Sylvia. I took a couple practice laps in it, and it's just like the brakes are bad, and it doesn't
Yeah, the
like
brakes
turning
are
in.
bad.
It's got tons of power down the straights, and you think on that track, you're like, there's a lot of straight line speed that you need for this track. But when it came down to it through the corners, pshee, I was just eating people up through all of the turns, and then
Same.
it's weird because they didn't dummy me when they're coming, into the big bendy boy.
hmm
They wouldn't dummy me. They would just sit behind me. They were faster. And I'm like, okay. And I would hit my brakes, 10 meters after they would and fly through it and get out. And man, it was weird. It was weird, but I enjoyed the race.
Yeah, the race was good.
Like I enjoyed it was a little boring. It was a little boring, but I had a good time. And then the race last night, I would have done better if I wasn't an idiot.
Yeah, I screwed myself.
If I had actually, I probably would have been first or second in the lobby last night if I hadn't screwed up my final qualifying lap, because there was a second up on my time, which would have put me in the low 19s, and that would have put me first or second. But no, I didn't do that. Didn't do that because I'm dumb. So I started 11th, ended up 4th.
Oh, that's good. Moved up.
It's still good. It's still solid.
Yeah.
It's not like you're racing against slow guys either. You're racing against fast people.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Good job.
And
Well done.
Mike qualified better than I did, and then had technical issues with his brakes.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, after I had technical issues with some people too.
Yeah,
No.
and he had people that were just shitting on him, which I just like. Oh, there was one of the Sir Knight people was in there, and he was just like diving in on people and doing stupid
really?
shit. Yeah.
Can you tell those people to 1v1 me?
Oh, I should. No, you know what? I mean, but the problem is if they get close to you in a corner, they're just going to push you off. That's what they do.
Good, because if I make that corner, they're not going to catch up to me.
Right.
Just gonna...
No, that's their thing. Is in the first lap, they just come in and push you off through the.
Yeah.
Still, I would love to do it. I need to humble
Dude, no,
those clowns.
I mean, again, why are there people that are actually really good that think that the only way to handle a race is by pushing people off?
It's Polyphony Digital's fault. That's
because
the
there's no repercussions for it.
Like when I enter into nations, I am one of the top 32 to 16 players on at that time when I click that button in America and Canada, right? I'm one of the top 32 players, right? So I am at the highest level of America and Canada, and yet I am still having these same issues. It is ridiculous. And I've come to this conclusion because I was pissed, like super pissed after Wednesday. I was really upset at Paymay. I was really upset at the other guy. And like I took the one guy out completely. I didn't even care that I finished 10th. I was mad that he dived me. He got me loose and freaking hit my car to pass me, and I took him out. And none of us finished fifth. That's the way I looked at it. And the whole day after, because I took a day off, I was just like, there was no stream on Thursday. I took a day off. I was pissed. But I really came to the conclusion. People do this because Polyphony Digital doesn't do anything, right? We
Right.
can get mad. We can get mad all we want, but at the end of the day, PD doesn't do a damn thing to stop this shit from happening. So why don't we just do it back? Is it an integrity thing for us? Absolutely.
Mhm.
But at the
Well,
sa-
yeah,
at,
yes.
at the end of the day, though, it's only hurting us. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's only hurting us. Like, dude, Cooper is one of the three best guys in U.S. and Canada. He's one of the three best guys, hands down. This dude has not raced me clean once. Not raced me clean once. Not at Watkins Glen when he tried to take me out, and he ended up getting the worst end of it, and I took the victory over him. And most certainly not at Spa, or not Spa, Deep Forest, when he just like absolutely raced me like a fucking dirty scumbag. You know, like he's one of the top three fastest guys in raw speed per lap in America and Canada. One of the three fastest, and this dude races like that. You know what I mean? There's nothing stopping him from racing that way. He's going to race that way. And same with the this Sir Knight guy. Same with JDM Power from yesterday, just diving from where he went from. Like he PD didn't penalize him, so like why should he stop? You know what I mean? Like I don't know what else that we could preach or what we could say. At the end of the day, it's PD's fault.
And yes, I completely agree 100%. It's PD's fault for that. There's no repercussions for anybody doing just being shitty. Like
Yeah.
just being shitty. I mean, Paymay, I've seen him be dirty, and I've been at the receiving end of him just being dirty.
Dude, Paymay ran through me at Spa. He didn't attempt to try and pass me. He did not know that like I even existed, so to speak. Like he literally drove through me at Spa. Like there's no like checking off nothing, and he kept hitting me, getting me all out of sorts, which was slowing us both down. You know what I mean? Until he eventually just took me completely out of the race.
Right. Yeah. No, I
Mhm.
mean, I don't understand why Donicio or Martek or Chalky Mattress, whatever you want to call him, I don't know why he's still allowed to race the game at all.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Why is Kimi Valancini allowed to race the game at all? I mean, you have top streamers that point these people out. PD is aware of it, and they don't do anything about it.
It's
Like, it
interesting that
doesn't
you
make
say
any
that.
sense. It doesn't make any sense. Why, there are people that we report and nothing ever happens. And it makes absolutely no sense why nothing happens. It it makes it bad for PD because people don't want to race when you know that there are going to be people that are in there that have no repercussions.
You know what? I had a theory about this. I had a theory. I said it on my stream on Friday. Gran Turismo is a live service game. We get updates, where we're supposed to get updates every month, right? And the reason we get that is because of Sony, right? And it makes sense that PD isn't necessarily listening or are worried about what the community's saying because they're more worried about Sony saying, "Hey, you need to do your fucking job." You know what I mean? I don't necessarily think that, if Super GT and Rory Alexander or Key or Kirith Cart, if those guys are pointing out this person's dirty, I really don't think they are listening. I don't think they even know what's happening. I don't. Because if they did listen to their community, I guarantee you the update we just got last week, I guarantee
Wouldn't
you
have happened.
that wouldn't have been
Oh
the
my
update we got.
gosh. No,
They are
that, I
not
mean,
listening to the community at all.
no, I mean, yeah, cool. Now we've got those extra parts that we could only get in the roulette, but the roulette is still broken. It only gives you the lowest priced items 99.9.9% of the time. Yeah, okay, so we got 3 cars, none of which are usable. You know, okay, and again, let's remember that collectorship stops at level 50. Why am I going to buy a car for my collection if there's no return on it? Like, you could be, you would think if they're, oh, well, we want to have collecting in it. Then why wouldn't you have a return for that that's like, oh, that dude's the top collector. Okay,
Right,
that's
yeah.
cool. He's level 673 collector. That's amazing. But they don't do anything like that. They don't
Right.
listen to us about updates. We have cars. We have 2 cars right now. Well, really, we have 4 cars right now that are completely insane when it comes to being overpowered. You've got the Silvia in Group 4, the Ferrari in Group 4. You've got the GTR and the Supra in Group 3. You shouldn't have, with a BOP, there's the BOP stands for something for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not there. And they're not fixing it. They don't want to fix it. I just don't get it. I mean, they have the ability to fix it. They've got an AI that races just as fast, if not faster, than the fastest guys in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't that mean you could easily set the AI out there to get every car to the exact same lap time?
Yeah,
I mean,
you would think in theory that's what they would do.
I mean, you've got this modeling out there. You know that PD knows that there's an issue with their cars.
Yep.
And they know people are complaining about it. I don't like either one of the cars that are overpowered now. Although at least the 18 GTR is easier to drive than the older one. It doesn't feel like garbage.
And it's also, and I also want to point out that GTR is able to be overtaken on a straightaway. It is definitely able to be overtaken by like numerous cars. As the Supra, on the other hand, it is freaking impossible. You can't overtake that car in a slipstream.
No, you can barely stay in its slipstream.
So I want to go to your point with the whole like the Sophie and thing like that, like how they have a program that could drive these cars as fast as the fastest guys or even faster, right? So GT Engine had this list out back in the test season at Interlagos, where it was showing like the cars' lap times for the Group 3. The Vet was at a total of 1.2 seconds slower than what the Supra was at, right? And in a 10-lap race, the fastest Vet guy versus the fastest Supra guy loses by over 10 seconds. That's ridiculous. And that's like a 10-lap race is what we usually get at a daily C. So it goes back to your point. Like if they really truly cared about the BOP, if they truly cared about this balance of performance, which is supposed to be, there's no way any car should lose by 10 seconds at the peak of performance. It should be impossible.
No, that shouldn't be happening at all. Should not be happening at all. And because I know you're a Corvette fan.
Mm-hmm.
The Corvette
Absolutely.
should go against every other car, and it should be within tenths of each other.
Tense.
They should be tenths. I should be able to hop in any car and be within a couple tenths, if not less, of each other when driving it at my level, at my level of racing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and if you have a car, like I prefer driving the Porsche. I've driven it so much that it's the comfortable car. I should be able to choose that car and be able to keep up with people of my same skill level on any track in that car against every other car. It shouldn't be I lose 3 seconds down the long straightaway at the Green Hill at the Nordschleife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should come down to skill and strategy, not fucking car.
Yes. And you know what's great about you saying the Porsche? At least the Porsche is a champion. All right. Sorry to tell you, PD. Porsche is a freaking champion. All right.
Yeah.
Porsche's a champion. That's a damn good manufacturer when it comes to racing. It's one of the greatest manufacturers of all time. Probably only behind like Ferrari and Ford. Like it is literally the greatest, one of the greatest manufacturers of all time. Porsche should be one of the strongest cars, period. The
Corvette should be Corvette in the GT category over the past 20 years has been one of the best cars on track.
Yeah. Look at it used to be a great car in sport.
C5 in C5, C6 and C7 Corvettes in the GT league was a dominant car through the 90s and early 2000s. Well, actually, up until a few years ago, it was a dominant car.
Yeah, and honestly, we're gonna come back to it. Like, if it wasn't for a few mistakes last season, they probably would have been just fine. But there was just a couple of mistakes. They finished 1-2 at Daytona. You know what I mean? Like how come the Corvette isn't at least strong there? Okay, at least strong there. That's our fucking track, bro. Firstly and foremost, that's our track. Our car should be the fucking best there. But
why don't we have the 296? Why don't we have the C8 GT car? Why are those cars not in it? Why?
And I love that you're saying this, and it makes me mad too, because it actually makes me boil that we don't have these, and this is what it comes down to. PD has no competition right now, right? We're going to get competition, and honestly, I recommend that everybody give that Forza Motorsport a shot when it comes out, because it's gonna have these cars that we want. Firstly, it's gonna have these cars. We gotta give that game a shot. If that game sells well and does well, PD makes GT a better game, and that's what we want. We want competition.
I honestly hope it does. Forza, I don't hate Forza. I hate trying to race online in Forza. Boy, it's really, if you thought PD was bad, Forza's fucking horrible.
At least your cars don't like fling off each other. In GT, they kind of bounce, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
Like ping pong balls. At least you feel like you have weight in Forza in a sense. But their driving physics aren't even remotely close to how good GT's is. It's not even close.
No.
Apparently they reworked all that, and they've got tire models and pitch strategies coming to the game. I can't freaking wait. I'm gonna be streaming that game like crazy when it pops.
I certainly hope that it's better than its predecessors. And they've taken some
Worse.
True. Hopefully they've looked at GT and they've gone, we can do this better.
I hope so. Because competition is what makes the best games. It's just history of video games. Sonic and Mario. All right, Sonic and Mario. That's a good example right there.
Right. No, I just, it's very... PD is looking past its fan base, but I've said this before, Japanese companies are very odd when it comes to things and how they do stuff. They just I worked with a company that there was a part that I needed, and I talked with the people here in the United States, and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, everybody needs that part, but since last year it wasn't that popular, we can't order enough to cover what was needed last year, even though we needed more this year."
Mm.
And it was the Japanese were just like, "Well, you didn't sell that many parts, that many of those parts last year." Well, part of that was because the previous year was the first year of that new model too. So you're not going to. But they don't see that. They just saw that the numbers say that no, there's no reason to have those parts. I had somebody tell me that is very close to the PD family that basically what happened with the online stuff was they instead of using what they have, they decided they needed to make an entirely new program. Like at the end of GT Sport, the online stuff was really running smooth for the most part. You'd have a few glitches here and there. All the cars were very close to each other for the most part.
Mm.
And instead of taking that model and just transferring it over into the new game, they decided they needed to reinvent the wheel. And that's another thing that the Japanese do. Is they for some reason don't see what they have and maybe improve upon it. They just decide they need to change it completely. And right now it's not working. Right now it is not working. It's not working for me, that's for sure. I mean, I want to race, and it's the easiest game to just hop on and race with. That's another thing that's really shitty is it's the easiest game to just hop on and race with.
Super accessible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which makes it more exciting than hopping on to ACC where you have to, I mean, I understand ACC you got to put a lot of time into before you can hop online and race with other people. And there's a reason for that, but you end up getting in and racing with other people and they're just as bad. And they do bad things to everybody too. I mean, I think Jamie's a example of that, where he's getting frustrated with iRacing and ACC because you have just these drivers that don't give a crap, and they're willing to punch you off in order to win or to gain that next position. You know, I think in the end,
complex those games too, because you have to have setups and everything.
Yeah, much more complex because you really, to be racing at your highest level, you have to have a setup on the car. You know, there's not a BOP setup where you just hop in and race, which again makes Gran Turismo very easy to hop on. And sometimes I would say 75% of the time I have a good race. You know, it's not a lie. But jeez, it's just, I wish it was better. It could be better. It could just be better, and I just wish it was. You know.
I mean, I love Gran Turismo. I do. It's doing a lot of special things for me, and I like the racing. I love the people I've met. The community is amazing. You know, it's one of the best gaming communities I've ever been a part of. You know, hands down. And you know, it to me, there's just certain things that I feel that they've just done, you know, lazy. They're lazy in certain things. I think they're lazy when it comes to the online, you know, because we get 3 daily races. We have how many cars in the game? 500 plus, and what, a handful of them get used daily. We just got this update where we got all these engines, right? What are they used for? What, we could just go into a random lobby and race with our friends? Or why don't we just make something weekly with stipulations where we get to race these road cars, on track. How about that? Like, it would be more incentive for us to have all these engine swaps and all these things that we could do if we had restriction-based tuning races, kind of like Forza Motorsport. Forza does this. B class, S class, A class racing. You could take your road cars, you could pick your Maserati with your brand new engine swap that you just got, you know what I mean? Like, you could do that in Forza and tune it up to the highest peak of S class and take it online and race against somebody's, Ford Mustang that they tuned up and upgraded all the way. You know what I mean? Like, we could do that in GT. It could be better. They just got to stop being lazy, in my opinion. I think it's lazy.
Well, it's also lazy that we get the same fucking 5 tracks or 3 tracks. How many times have I gone through and gone, there are like 39 or 55 or some crazy amount of tracks that we have. And it's like we have all these tracks, yet, and some of them have multiple are directional, or they've got multiple what's the word I want to use? Multiple layouts. Yet we don't use them.
Mm-hmm.
We don't use them. We use like Trial Mountain and
C5.
Laguna Seca and let's see, what's the other one? Occasionally Watkins Glen, occasionally Daytona, occasionally Interlagos, occasionally what's the other one in Atlanta Motor Speedway. In Europe, we've got all of these tracks in Europe, yet 90% of the time we're at Lago Maggiore.
Or Dragons.
Yeah. Why are we at those? Why are we at Dragons and Lago Maggiore when there are a shit ton of tracks at St. Croix? There are a ton of tracks there.
Mm-hmm.
Sardinia has how many tracks? And I mean, we race there on occasion, more often than I think we do a lot of the other ones. And again, Nürburgring is a time trial track if you're going to use the Nordschleife. That's a time trial track. It's a horrible race track. It honestly is. And that a lot of it comes down to horrible drivers too.
Mm-hmm.
That don't know how to choose places to pass at. I'm sorry, you're not Sabine, you're not the queen of the Nürburgring. Don't try to pass in certain areas. It's just, you're not that person. Why don't we use Kyoto Driving Park more often? Suzuka should be more often. Autopolis should happen more often. Fuji should happen more often. Mount Panorama should also. Tokyo Expressway, I hate it, but there are how many layouts are at that fucking track? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 different layouts to that.
With different directions on them as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah, no. That's why that's
fucking things. So
no. That's those are the layouts with the different directions. So it's actually 6 different with all the different directions. Why do we use that? High Speed Ring can be a blast also. Why aren't we at High Speed Ring more often? Like, you have all of these tracks. Like, I honestly don't mind Alsace, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got 4 different layouts to Alsace.
Yeah.
Why aren't we using them? But don't worry, we'll hit deep for. Oh boy, it's just, it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Infield hasn't even been a fucking thing yet.
Nope. What about Tri-Oval? Hold on. 1, 2, 3 different layouts at Willow Springs. We use one. We use one of them. Why? Like, it just makes, like, you could have how many different races? Because you've got all of those tracks. It's just, and why did we go with, what was that race on Wednesday too? No strategy, no nothing. You just drive on, and
I thought just keep selecting the same balls. That's what it is. The killer
Yeah,
whales
well,
just keep selecting the same balls.
it's just, it just.
And that was the weaker
it-
race of the Nations Cup too. Was Wednesday.
No,
Out
it
of
was
all
the
of 'em.
weakest race
Yeah.
of the Nations Cup.
Mm-hmm.
I think Interlagos, as much as I love that track, was second weakest.
Yeah.
Well,
That one was
Interlagos,
pretty good. I fucked up though.
Interlagos for me was a ton of fun because I like high downforce cars and I like Interlagos in general. But I mean, Spa was great. Fuji was great. Deep Forest was a lot of fun. It was irritating, but a lot of fun. Majori was awful. Interlagos was not great. Yeah, I would say those are probably the two weakest so far.
Yep,
And then we
two
get
left.
Dragon Trail.
Yeah.
Watch, Dragon Trail in the Scirocco Group 4. Okay, if we're doing Nations Cup, why aren't we just doing specified cars like they do in the actual Nations Cup?
Why isn't
it,
with the Red Bulls?
you know,
That
why
would be
isn't
cool.
it, you know, why isn't it the Group 3 car you can only drive the Supra? A Group 2 car you can only drive with the GTR, or you can only drive with the new Audi. You know, Deep Forest, yeah, you're only going to be driving with the SF, the new SF. Majori, you're only going to be in the Silvia. Why aren't they doing that like they do in the finals, where it's like, nope, you don't get a choice. Everybody's driving the same car. Because isn't that really what the test of Nations Cup is? Is to see who's the fastest in that car for whatever group of nations you're racing against, whatever your region is. Isn't that what that's about?
I mean,
it's a farce. It's just so stupid.
I hate to say it, but I think what they really need to do is can the person that's in charge of what's happening.
Absolutely. 100%.
You know, like I loved the guy that was in charge of Street Fighter, right? He used to come out and say, "Everybody do Shoryuken on 1, 2, 3," and get the whole crowd all into it. Show up to Evo. We all loved the guy. But we all could agree that he needed to fucking go, and Street Fighter 6 looks amazing because he had no fucking part of it. I think it's time that the guy that's ahead of what's happening at PD needs to fucking go.
Well, let's be honest. Todd pointed this out when the finals were happening last year. They pointed at the nerds that are doing the planning. And that's what they are. They're computer nerds. They're not racing people. They just don't seem to, or it's like they save all of their ideas for the grand finale and the top drivers in the world, as opposed to realizing that we, the regular driver, the regular daily driver, wants that stuff too. We want the exciting races with strategy and everybody in the same, being specifically in the same car. We've got the Nations Cup where everybody can drive a different car, but in Manufacturers Series, in the Nations Cup, we want everybody in the same car. And in Manufacturers, you choose your car and you go and you do the best you can in the car manufacturer that you've chosen. Why can't we do that? Why can't that happen? Why can't we have exciting races in, the C race is supposed to be the best race. Why aren't we having spectacular C races? We've had a few, but throwing
spectacularly bad.
But throwing rain on the Nordschleife when you've got two cars that are going to be the fastest there, and doing that full course is just not the best way to do it. It's just not, because most average drivers, that course is way too difficult for them. Way too difficult for them. And it's a wasted week. I didn't want to do that race because I know I'm not strong at that course. I know if you throw in rain, it's just going to drive my DR down. That's what it's going to. So I focused on B and went into another account where I could race with a friend that was at a lower ranking and had a blast doing it. You know, I was going from the back to the front, like Mike does. You know, but
that's fair. The only thing that you're saying that I don't agree with is, that track being a fun track to race. I think it is a fun track because, I get it. It's better as a time trial track, but it's also so difficult to pass. And at a high level, trying to set up that pass is very fun. And me personally would have loved to do that track this week. It's just a shame we had too much going on.
What level are 90% of the drivers in GT?
They're probably B's and under.
Okay, B's and under. Do you want to go back to being a B and try to race that track with B racers?
Well, I mean, Party in the Back was against B racers, but I mean, I get your.
You know what I'm
point.
saying, though.
Yes, I get what you're saying. It is a wreck fest. We're all playing Crash Derby on it. It's just it's such a challenge. It depends on how you look at it. It's so challenging. That's what might make it fun for certain people. Like everything else you're saying, it's spot on. I agree with everything you're saying except for, what you're saying when it comes to Nürburgring. I have to disagree with you. It's a great
and well, and why isn't, again, this is a thing that people have been talking about for a long time. Why isn't there a D race? So why don't you do, like, you've got your A, which is your weird car races, which is cool, and then you have your B, which is just sort of like a sprint race. And again, in that sprint race, it being a sprint race, offer mediums and softs. Then you've got your C race, which is sort of, let's say, a variant of the D race. So let's say the C race was rain, but it was on the GP circuit. And then you had the D race, which is a long race. Let's say it's 4 or 5 laps on the full Nordschleife 24-hour circuit. I mean, number one, 2 laps there. It's a long lap. I get that. But 2 laps there, 1 mistake, you're dead. Especially, and then with rain thrown in there, boy, that's a hard race. And I'm just speaking for like the regular average driver. I'm not talking about a person who's in the top, 32 in our region. I'm talking about just the average everyday racer. Man, and then you get someone like me that's on, sort of in that A plus category. I don't want to ruin my DR by going into that race because I know what it's going to be. That's why I'm going to stick to the B race, because I know the C race, I'm going to stay away from that because it's just dangerous. It's dangerous, and I don't want to lose DR because I know I'm going to. It's just, that's just where I'm at with it. And I understand where you're coming from, too. Absolutely, 100% understand where you're coming from. I'm just trying to bring it from a different angle. I think we need to look back to a year ago, too, and go, there's a lot of improvement that has happened with this game.
It has. It's definitely way better from launch till now.
Big time.
Yeah. I mean, it's way better.
I know
biggest
since
issue
I've
is
been
drivers.
I know since I've been on the podcast with y'all, we are hard on PD, but like it is definitely a better game. I give it that.
Why are we hard on PD though? What's the reason for us being hard on PD?
We love the game.
We love this game.
I've been loving
best game of all time.
I've been loving this game since number 1.
Yep. It's the go-to.
I've been loving this game since it was, 32-bit or 16-bit, whatever it was. Since it was squares. Since you're driving squares around, I've been playing this game and have loved this game, and I want this game to be the best driving game or racing game out there. I want people to go, man, I got that Gran Turismo, number 1, I can hop on, it's easily accessible, and then I can get in there, and the cars are great, and the competition is great. And again, like Mike said, our one of the biggest issues is you have players that have no repercussions for causing accidents.
Mm.
Nobody gets in trouble when they just smash 5 cars off. Oh, okay, they get a 5-second penalty and a little bit of a SR drop. Nothing else happens. Guys get reported and nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
It just, it's that's a frustrating part. I think it's frustrating because it's a game that I love and it gets ruined because I get together with a bunch of. There's nothing better getting together with a bunch of people, and there is that one clean race where everybody is driving fast. There are clean passes back and forth, and you're having a ball when you get done with it. But that's few and far between. Usually there's going to be 1 or 2 shit races a night, easily, because of one person.
I hate to bring this up, but could you imagine if PD was active in the community as much as they were active when wall riding happened? Season 2.
Absolutely, yes.
Could you imagine
absolutely.
how good the game would be right now if they were as active as they were for that? They were putting the foot down. Don't you ride the wall? How dare you guys? We're gonna find you guys. They're gonna cut all the points. Could you? Dang, it's
but
insane.
Then they do stupid shit like if you touch an inside wall, you get a fucking 2.5 penalty.
Man, absolutely love running a little wide on a turn, hitting a little bit of the dusties out there and going off onto the grass and the rumbles, and I come back on and I'm just like, oh, whew, I didn't wreck, and then boom, 1 second pops up. I can't That's my favorite thing about GT right there. Getting kicked in the nuts after I just freaking squeezed them up into my body because I almost wrecked.
Or you go sliding across, or you go sliding across the gravel and the dirt and the grass, and you hit a wall and get a 2.5 penalty with a wall that is 4.5 miles away.
You still have to drive back to the track. Yeah, there is no sense made by the wall penalty system that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Or having to do a 6-point turn on the fucking mountain and fucking getting 7.5 seconds of penalties.
Yeah, because if you even breathe at the wall,
dude,
it gives you a penalty. Yeah, no, it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense at all.
It's insane how enjoyable that track is to nail, and then how much you could be so pissed from one mistake and being stuck up there just fucking racking up 2.5
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes it makes no sense. I think that's the worst part. Yeah, it makes no sense when I'm going through the chicane of death and smash into the wall and get a 2.5 penalty when my car is broken and it's bounced off, or you hit the inside and then it bounces you into the outside and you spin around and you get 3 seconds in penalties from that. Okay, I understand the outside wall. I get that. Flying through there, clapping that outside wall and still continuing to go. Okay, 2.5 penalty. I get that. But when you hit the apex and you smash into the wall or even touch the wall. Yeah, literally hit the apex and boom. 2.5 penalty. Wait a second. Why am I getting a 2.5 penalty for that? Yeah, it just makes no sense. There are certain things that need to be fixed, but again, I think we've gotten a lot fixed, and we need to be thankful for what has been fixed in the game, and we know that the game needs to have more improvements done to it.
Yeah.
As long as they
and that's the Mullet Jimbo rant about PD.
It lasted 40 minutes.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Well, and again, if you love the game, if you're not ranting about it, there's a problem.
Yeah. Facts.
You know, there's a problem if you're not unhappy about the way the game plays. There's an issue, and maybe you should go find another game if you don't have if you're not into it. You know, but I think there are a lot of people that aren't into it. I think the majority of people just hop on and go into their B lobby and bounce off from each other and
hop off and go to sleep.
Before we change the subject on us, you know what my favorite type of people are when it comes, and I'm not going to tell you who these people are, but they're the people that think that Gran Turismo is like perfect, right? And then you watch them run wide on a turn, you know, get that swift kick in the nuts, half-second penalty right afterwards, and they're just upset, visibly upset. You're just like, yeah, perfect game, man.
Right.
Yeah, you're having fun, right?
Perfect game.
oh boy, yeah. Boy,
Well,
howdy.
talking about perfect games, let's hop into Coach Mike's Corner. Let's hear about these next week dailies. Let's go, Coach Mike.
Yeah, playing that bass high.
Yeah.
So before you get into this, do you think race A and race B are a mistake?
No.
Oh,
Oh, oh no. Am I going to have to stay up until 12 o'clock to see?
It's been said by a couple people confirmed that it is correct.
Really?
boy.
Okay, now, Mike, what's race A this week?
Race A is Suzuka and the Group 3 cars.
Wow, what a great
okay.
race A.
Right.
You know,
That's awesome.
you know what? That could be a really no SR, no DR. You can go in and
Yep.
smash each
Yeah.
other up as much as you want, right?
5 laps.
Yep, Group 3, 5 laps on the usual racing hards.
Right, because it's a sprint race, so why would you
Right.
put
They
somebody
love
on
to
the
be
softs?
hard. They love to be hard.
Oh, they do love
And
being
then-
hard.
The one, then you know, that's a little bit for everybody, I guess. The daily A, usual, whatever, race cars. Woohoo! It's a good race in a way, but it's probably going to be more the Toyota again. What?
Right.
GTR, 100%. GTR
There's no
versus Merc.
no DR, no SR. In my opinion, maybe one or twice for the fun, but it's a waste of fucking time. Well, I don't know why they do these like the good races of sorts with the no DR SR. Stupid.
Yeah.
But anyway, skipping that bull crap. Race B is a doozy.
I can't wait.
We are on Monza with
Ooh,
no
okay.
chicane.
No chicane? All right,
Oh.
sweet. So, are we
And- no,
racing? Hold on.
no,
Okay, go ahead.
no chicane. So we are in, when they put this track out there, we are in some of the fastest supercar, hypercar kind of cars in the world, usually, because
Okay.
you know, that's why the no chicane, lots of speed.
So, are we doing the old like McLaren MP4?
Ooh, close. No.
Oh. Are we doing the Honda race car again? Because that was a blast.
That
The old Formula car.
Yeah, and it's a pretty fast one, and you're close again, but no.
Is it the Tomahawk?
Ooh, even closer, but no.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, it's Bugatti.
Has to be. Has to be.
It has it's the Bugatti, like it's Group 4 Bugatti. That's what it is.
You guys, you guys are close on the speed. That's for sure.
Okay. All right. Oh, all right. Okay. What? Hold on, Mike. Hold on, because I'm going to get my clap ready. Let me get my sound effects coming, people. Sound effects coming.
Sound effects.
Let me get my gasp from the crowd and sound effects. Ready? Hold on. Make sure that's turned all the way up. All right, Mike. And 3, 2, 1. What's the car we get?
We are racing in the Alfred 19 or the 18, all right, which is, if you're not aware, a fucking minivan.
You sick
Oh wait, that was supposed to. Hold on. That was supposed to be clapping. Hold on. No, the clap doesn't work for some reason.
Clap doesn't work? Here, let me try my clap.
Because why would you clap for a fucking minivan at the No Chicane Monza course? Why?
Now, and this is the reason I said this has to be a mistake. Somebody
Right?
over at GT Engine screwed this up, right?
What in the hell?
Oh.
So that new, couple updates ago, minivan, like,
It's the new
Why?
Alpha, the new little sports car Alpha,
On
right?
Sport Hards.
It's
No, it's
wait,
not
no. Wait a second. It's on the. It can't be. It's got to be the new Maverick SEMA winner.
Right?
It can't be.
No.
It can't be a minivan. No. It can't be a minivan.
Get the
That's got.
kids,
You
pile
have
'em in
to
the
be
back.
lying.
Turn on the TV.
I wish I was, and I that when I get on and check it, but it is a mistake. But it's been confirmed by a couple people that we are doing a drafting race with minivan.
But it's
Okay, so that 40-minute rant we had.
Yeah.
Just gonna leave it there. Just
Right?
gonna leave
Let
it
me
right there.
breathe. Let
Just
me
gonna-
breathe.
It's like they
This-
blew
I'm
their
gonna-
load on all these Nations Cup races, and they're just like,
my
I'm
gosh.
done.
Oh,
Or they
are
draw
you kidding
straws
me?
each week, and they're like, okay, Jimmy, it's your turn. Oh, you know, it'd be
I
great
honestly
putting these fucking
think-
minivans.
I think we could get the minivan.
Great idea, Jimmy. Great idea. There you go,
wait,
champ.
no,
Way to
because
go,
they
champ.
most developmentally disabled people wouldn't choose that race.
Right? Fuck no.
You know what they did? They probably asked ChatGPT to come up
Right?
with the most
Right.
absurd race for
What will
Gran
piss
Turismo.
everyone off?
Okay, let me ask you this: why didn't we do the Samba bus with the Group
There you
3
go.
Porsche engine in it?
That
Yeah,
would
that
be
would've been fun.
way better than this.
Oh my god!
Well, the thing, too,
The
that gets
killer
me,
whales, man. They're just picking the wrong balls.
right?
Jesus Christ! They don't even have any
Yeah.
balls. There are no balls. They've just all the balls have been taken out of the pool, and they take a picture of a pile of poop and they put it in the bottom of the pool, and all the killer whales go and they poke their nose at it and they're like, "Yeah, oh, that's perfect. That's what we got to be doing."
That's
Damn it.
shit.
Are
That-
you
that's
kidding
definitely
me?
Shit.
It
Are
is. That's
you
big
kidding?
time
It's
shit.
just good. PD, it better be a joke, and there better have been a mistake in that.
I hope
I
so.
certainly hope so. I certainly hope so. Okay, what's race? Actually, I'm sort of looking forward to the last race.
Well,
Sort
this will be good practice to learn the Grand Valley track for the Nations Cup.
True. Sort of.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, so it's probably So we got for Daily C is the Grand Valley Group 4 cars, 10 laps, 3 times tire, 3 times fuel. It's a no-brainer race again. Both the racing hards and mediums are available, but I believe only racing hards are required.
And let me
So it
guess,
turns
it's going to
out
be
to
the
be-
Sylvia or the Ferrari.
Yeah, into a no stop on hards.
Yeah,
I
the
just,
way that layout is, it should be the Sylvia.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Couple
Sylvia.
of big long straights into, oh boy. I mean, just they've done their Nations Cup and the last few. I love this because it's the last few races in the Nations Cup and then the races this week. I mean,
Right?
the last two in Nations Cup sort of have petered out a little bit unless
Yes.
they do some really good strategy for Group 3.
They blew their load, man. They blew their load.
Oh my
Mighty
gosh,
quick.
It's really scaring me for manufacturers coming up then
Ah.
because they haven't released it, so they already blown. their
Maybe that's
load
what they're
for
doing. They're
manufacturer.
focusing on manufacturers right now.
Well, they better be.
They
They fucking
aren't.
better
They
be.
have to.
They-
be.
There
I hate
better
to
be
say
a
this.
fucking update. I'm not even joking. They need to have an They need to have an update before extra stuff.
Well, you know how I am. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna look and see how many races are Group 4, how many races are Group 3. Look at the tracks for Group
same.
4, and I'm going to base my Group 3 off my Group 4, off the Group 4. But
Now,
honestly,
here's
that's
one
how
thing. I'm
I'm
gonna say this: like, out of that update, that shit that we just got, the one thing that I actually kind of like is the fact that you don't have to join and pick. You can actually go and look at the schedule now and practice without picking.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, finally
That is
they did
cool.
that. No, I do.
That is one
that
nice
is a good part of the update. Yes. But man, what the hell is going on?
I don't know.
Like it's a total fail this week. Total.
And two, this is when it should be ramping up.
I would rather have next week or last week's races this week again. They're better races. This is just way better. You know what? If they put all 3 races as the Nordschleife, I would be way happier than what they've done this week. Although, like I said, I think Race C is going to be
that's what I'll be doing.
More enjoyable.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be way more enjoyable.
Hop in the Ferrari in VR. It'll be a good time. Especially at that track, VR is fucking good.
Sector 2, the Ferrari's going to struggle.
Yeah.
I think so.
They're all the twisty bits.
Yeah, Sylvia is going to dominate this track because of Sector 2. The Ferrari's going to be strong in the last sector. It's also going to be somewhat strong in the first sector because it's just that right-hander downhill to a hairpin.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ferrari has better traction on throttle than the Sylvia, so it might actually have better split times for Sector 1. But Sector 2, it's definitely going to it's going to get light going through that turn. It's going to feel a little awful in the 2 right-handers that follow it. So I think it's going to be dominated again by the Sylvia.
And like you said, I certainly hope that there is going to be some sort of BOP update for both groups of cars.
If they don't do that, there's going to be people that are placed like in the bottom 60s, maybe even further down in the region that's going to make the World Tour. Because every driver that's worth a snot is going to want to pick the top 2 menu, which is either Toyota or
Toyota or Nissan. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like any driver that's good is going to want to select. You know, we're going to have an abundance of people that's in the top upper splits using those cars. It's going to be very frustrating to try and overtake them.
Yep. Agree 100%. Agree 100%. It's just, man, it is so fucking frustrating. It's just.
I just keep watching this van's lights go. It's just driving me nuts. I can't believe Race B is the van. I just can't get over it. What in the hell?
I'm just not surprised.
We need to make a meme.
Horrible?
We need to make a meme with Race B, just like take a screenshot of the race details and just make the caption, Forza Motorsports looking better and better.
All right. Ooh, well, you got that new Xbox, Jimbo. You take full advantage
I do have that new X. Yep. And since I have a Twitter and follow the Gran Turismos and Kaz Nakajima, I will be tagging them when I take a picture of the race tomorrow. And going, Forza Motorsports at Forza Motorsports is looking better and better.
I just want to say, not that he ever listens, but Kaz, the guy we were talking about getting shit canned.
I understand he's the guy that made the game. He's the guy that is not making the game better. And in the end, you have to go to the top to realize why the bottom is not working right.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who's making the big game better got fired 3 years ago.
Right.
like if you're the guy at the top, you're the one that's responsible for people like us being complaining. Like you're the reason because you haven't put correct people into the spots they need to be in.
I would love his job.
Hell yeah.
You know what job I want? I want to be the guy that plans the races. That's the guy I want to be.
Right.
Because then I would throw in a crazy stupid race with the Samba bus. Just because I know I've gone into that I have raced it and gone, okay, this would be a blast. It's completely wacky and out of your mind racing, but it would be a blast.
Yeah, that's a perfect race A.
No.
Yeah,
No.
as a race
Stop
A.
it. Stop
As
it.
a race A, it would be a blast.
That your idea is slightly better than race B this week. I'm just stating. You stop it.
No, you got to drive. You got to drive the.
You
car
got to drive
before
it.
You make
You got to drive it because you'd be surprised how well it drives when you throw a suspension on it and set it upright. It will blow your mind. You're like, well, I wasn't expecting this because I literally, you need to do it. You need to do it, and you'll come back and go, all right, you're right. You're right about this. This could be a blast.
It.
Yes.
Stop it. No,
Yeah.
screw that Samba bus.
Dude, because
your problem is you keep this thinking slow, stupid, fucking Samba bus.
No, you need to think. You need to think
race
car
Samba bus.
Race car Samba bus. That's what you have to think. You have to think race car Samba bus.
It's fun.
It's a meme race, and I never thought I would say that in my life because I'm old. It's a meme race, and it's great. It's so good. It would be a blast just because of how ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
Not even. It's like the crazy races that we have with the shiz and giggles.
Yeah.
Like those crazy stupid races that are so much fun. And we got to get Carl on, by the way. We need to get Dusty Fossil in here so we can talk about that stuff because it's just the stupidity of it makes it a blast. It's like we did a race with rally cars where it was mediums on the back, softs on the front, and it was just a hoot. It was so much fun because it doesn't matter. In the end, it doesn't matter. We're not racing for anything. We're just racing. I would.
We did a whole damn series in minis, soup to the freaking tits.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh,
super minis basically.
Super minis. Oh, it was frustrating and a blast. It was there's that difficulty in driving them properly because they never react like they're supposed to because they were tuned by, the tuning is done by polyphony. It's never right, so it makes it impossible to drive, and it's a complete blast. Like it's what I would. I would love to be the guy that plans the racing because I know what I like and what I would think would be fun, and I would use all the tracks. There are certain cars you shouldn't have on certain tracks. Yeah. And you just completely avoid using that car on that track. And then you have certain cars that would be great. I would rather have, so C race this last week, I would have rather had that be in the Group 4 cars. Honestly. Group 4 cars would have been much more fun around that track. But, that's just me. But just rehashing the same 4 or 5 tracks over and over again is infuriating. It shouldn't be happening. We shouldn't be having a minivan in race B. That shouldn't be happening.
No.
Or a Samba bus with the Porsche engine.
Oh my gosh, it's a blast. So much fun. Mike was dying of laughter as I was doing it. You just got to do it. The problem is you're worried that I'm right.
No, I'm not. It's the Samba bus. You're not
again,
right.
You're focusing on that when you should be understanding that it's a blast. Oh, talking about Samba buses, what about Monaco? I know it's horrible.
I was just gonna say, wow, that was probably the best segue. Speaking of Samba buses, now.
So I know Mullet, you weren't able to watch the race. You didn't watch any racing this weekend.
Qualifying.
Qualifying
Best
was
part.
absolutely insane. Mm-hmm. Absolutely insane.
So good.
I mean, literally the last lap, the last corner.
Right?
Like the last sector. Just could not believe Max
Thought for
was
sure.
down.
Thought for sure.
Fernando has got the pole position.
Oh,
Had it.
He was down two and a bit tenths.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like 2.6 tenths down.
Like,
I thought for
he
sure he was
shattered
done.
that last sector.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
did you hear that he said after he actually hit the wall?
Mhm.
Yeah. He did. Yeah, he should have gotten a 2.5 penalty for that too. And then the race itself was exciting because of the rain.
Yep. Rain
Oh my
showed
gosh,
up late.
the rain showed up late.
The strats.
Everyone
the
was trying to hold
strategies-
off as long as possible.
Oh,
And
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
intermediates, full
I
wets, shit.
Yeah, I thought Austin screwed Fernando there when they brought him in for hards and sent him back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, bad strategy call.
Well,
But
even he said afterwards, he goes, "Shit, we got lucky there. It didn't position."
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, no,
Still
he's
coming second.
Oh well, and this is what's really I sort of feel bad about Perez because he was actually on a strategy that would have taken him into probably the top 5 with that early pit stop and the speed he was running with the hards and his ability to save tires. He probably would have been top 5 if the rain hadn't have come. But the rain did come, made this race super exciting, which is what I was hoping for. And it was funny because I told Hollis yesterday, I'm like, man, that qualifying was exciting. Boy, I hope we get rain tomorrow. Otherwise, it's just going to be a parade.
Yep.
And the race came, and he was on my rig playing on his. I think he's got a PS1, so he's playing like Resident Evil on it.
Oh, okay.
He's like, are you okay? Because I'm like, oh no, oh.
Well, that first lap was crazy coming down the
First
hill
lap was
towards
crazy.
the tunnel and everything. I don't see
yeah.
that section 2 right there. They can barely make some of those corners by themselves. I don't see how people. There's a couple guys fucking flying in there trying to make passes and shit. I just
It's
don't
impossible.
understand. Yeah,
Again, they look like they race. They look like they race GT7.
right.
What's the thing about that track? It's like in a way it's like the North Life. There's only a very small, limited spot or two to do actual passing. Everything else, you're kind of looking for carnage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what the drivers say too. Qualifying's that's the funnest part because they know come race day where you qualified is most likely where you're going to finish because it's just there's no good places. Do you think Monaco sticks around for the long haul, or you think they'll end up getting rid of this Grand Prix at some point?
No,
too
it's a
historic.
diamond. It's a diamond event. Do I think it should be around?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No,
I
I
think
mean the
they've
cars
outgrown
are
it.
way too wide.
Yeah.
The cars are way too wide to. I mean, I wish. Again, this is me being old. I wish we were back with smaller, lighter cars.
Right.
I think the racing was more.
Well, yeah,
enjoyable.
especially
I
around
mean,
there. It's so tight. All these
Yep.
street courses. I mean, fuck, they have no room. Especially an old track like that. I would almost say, even if you're going to keep it, maybe that chicane at the bottom of the hill, say fuck it and get rid of it and let them fucking fly down that motherfucker because that would be the best
fly
passing.
down that, and then you would have a passing opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
There would be a passing opportunity.
way better
Yeah.
passing opportunity. Just get rid of that chicane and leave the rest.
Yeah, no, it was, it is what it is. What about the Indy 500 though?
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Just
what-
before we
what-
get on
yeah.
to everybody knows Red Bull, the team. They got the car. They got the bucket. Everything right now.
Yes.
Do you guys know that pretty much for the first time now, because of Perez, people actually got to see under the car?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because
Yep.
of his incident, and they pulled it way up in the air, and boy, there were people taking pictures of it.
Oh, yeah. They're going to be analyzing that tomorrow.
Because of the ground effects rules changes. There's 60% of the performance is coming from that, and nobody's seen it before.
Yeah. So no,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
going to
that's
be
top
literally as soon as that went up in the air, that went back to everybody's home bases.
Oh, yeah.
And that car is being
Start dissecting.
stripped apart. Oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's-
And
Oh, that's what they got there.
yep.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to
Oh!
be.
It's going to take a little bit. It's going to take a little bit, but there could be some changes by the end of the year that
Yeah.
no longer make them so dominant.
Right.
If they
tell
can
ya.
mimic that performance with their the same thing they're doing there, that's going to open up the door.
Oh, yeah. Oh, big
yeah.
time. Well, I can't believe Alpine pulling a podium, third.
Oh no, I
on.
felt so well. Yeah, I was so
Right?
surprised by that.
Oh, big time. Big time. And even Mercedes now came back with them side pods, and now look at them, fourth and fifth. They were doing
Yeah,
a little bit better.
they were having issues. Boy, they were having issues.
were.
They were like, yeah, the setup was all over the place.
I think
but
that's going to help
that's
them,
sorta
though,
gonna
having
happen.
those side pods back. I think they're
I
going to
agree.
start creeping back up. They're going to start moving forward again.
agree.
So that'll be fun to watch that now. And then, yeah, to see what happens with, okay, well, look what we found. Look at this. The bottom of
and
their
they're also
car.
saying that the when it lifted, the weight distribution was different as well.
Ooh.
Like Mercedes
Right.
tilts more when they lift their cars up. So
Ooh, and then
there could be
also,
that's giving a lot of information. Just that incident.
yeah, exactly. 2026, you see Aston Martin and Honda are going to be
Yep.
working together.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a big change there. 2026, I wonder.
Well, that's when Red Bull's going.
Yeah,
through,
forward.
isn't it?
Yeah, they're going forward.
Yeah.
Forward,
So,
and then
Honda-
Honda.
Well, what they're calling
Yeah,
Ford,
what
but it's
they're calling
actually the
Ford.
Honda.
Yeah.
It's the Honda engine that's just has a Ford
Right.
label put on it. But yeah, no, that's interesting. It could be. I don't know. Well, the regulations in 2026 are going to change everything up yet again. So
Yeah,
it could
that'll
be very exciting.
Yeah, and that's just a short couple years away. That'll go quick.
And then, can we go on to IndyCar now?
The Indy 500.
Indy 500. It was sort of interesting the first 150 laps, and then it started getting really interesting.
Yes.
Oh, AJ Foyt was so close to having his team win yet again. So close. That was, Santino Ferrucci, so close. Marcus Ericsson, so close to winning another one. So close, but nope. Joseph Newgarden, that was cool. He ran into the crowd.
Right? Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that was
was
wicked.
dope. They were just going ape shit.
Dude, that was
awesome.
3 red flags in the last 20 laps.
Yep.
I mean, I am so glad they did that. I'm so glad they were like, nope, we're red flagging it.
Exactly. Because for a second, I'm like, shit, this shit is going to finish under caution. That's
Right.
And then,
Yep.
red flag. Nope. Bring her in. We're going to restart this bitch. And
Yeah.
boy, was it awesome.
Boy,
That was
man,
great.
so crazy. And then, did you see the NASCAR race?
No, did not.
No, because it didn't happen.
Oh.
What do you mean it didn't happen? It got postponed. Relax. It's tomorrow.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it didn't happen.
It's not
yeah,
like,
but
it's
Why
not
did it
like
get postponed?
F1. It's not like F1.
Rain.
Well, they don't postpone it to another.
It wasn't raining.
canceled.
It wasn't raining. The drivers were crying because they didn't get bigger trophies.
Oh.
Oh,
This is not
sorry.
what's happened. I think you need to start embracing one of the goats of motorsport racing. all
I
right?
was prepared. I was prepared to watch the NASCAR
Racing
race
goats?
because it's the Coca-Cola.
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 Mm.
Yeah, Coca-Cola
How about me some
600
Coca-Cola.
Yes,
in
right.
I was looking forward
Charlotte.
to
So
that.
I was looking forward to it because they had no practice, no qualifying, so the race was going to be super interesting. I think tomorrow's race might be actually more interesting because it's not going to be run at night. it's going to be run in the daytime, and they all came to that track set up for night.
Oh,
Cold temperatures.
yep.
Yeah.
I
so,
would look for the guy that qualified pole to be pretty dominant then.
there was no qualifying.
Okay, well, see, this is what happens when you don't watch no motorsports all weekend.
literally, there was no qualifying. There was no practice. It's just been raining the entire time. So they're like, well, we'll do it tomorrow. Well, I hope the rain actually stops because
Rain,
I think it
rain,
would be
go
cool
away. Come again
yeah.
some other day.
it is one of those races I try to watch because it's a long race.
Yeah.
It's a
It's a
phenomenal track too. Charlotte's makes some great
Charlotte's
racing.
a lot of fun. Yeah,
Two
I
groove
agree with that.
racetrack right there. Two
Yep.
grooves.
So
It's
Charlotte's
a
always
little bit
one
of
of
an
the
endurance NASCAR.
it is. Yeah, it is an endurance NASCAR race because that track is so. I mean, 600 laps or not 600 laps. How many laps is it? 450 laps.
It's 400 laps.
God
a
damn.
Yeah,
mile and a
that's
half,
it.
600 miles.
Dude, it's a
Ah,
long
Lord.
fucking race.
Oh,
It's a
shit.
long race, and a lot of shit happens. Like a lot of shit happens in that race. So I'm disappointed that I wasn't able to watch it today, and I don't
Are
know
you
that I'll be
guys
able to
gonna
watch
be
it
able
tomorrow.
to? You guys won't. Okay, it's 12 o'clock for you guys tomorrow.
I'll be
Yeah,
working.
I
I'm
don't.
gonna be watching it.
I'm not. Luckily, I'm not going to be working, but I don't know. I've got to check with the boyfriend and see
See
we
what
got
kind of
planned tomorrow.
activities you got tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything planned, but at the same time, we're going to the gym. I know that.
We did all our activities today. Tomorrow is gonna be a lazy day.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I had my Monday off last week.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
me
had
and
the
Mike will be
Victoria
working.
Day.
Yeah.
Good old
Yay.
Victoria Day. So, yeah, we'll see. Well, I definitely am going to be staying up to see if it's a mistake or not. But
Oh, okay. Yep.
I actually am gonna also stay up till 2 o'clock to see if it's a mistake. So
Oh.
if you guys after the pod, I'm gonna chill in that party. So I'm gonna be
There you go.
GSR PDX boys.
Right.
Woo!
Woo.
Party.
Oh,
You know.
man.
Just
Sounds like
you
you've
know,
already been
just
staying up.
yeah, boy. It does sound like you've been staying up. You okay? You've been partying all day? Is that what you've been doing?
Yeah, actually, I'll be honest. I had the best sleep I have had in weeks last night.
Ah.
Like it was one of those times, and we switched up our diet a little bit. We've been, I read that the ginger spice actually helps with the rest part of the, like when you're trying to rest to go to sleep. So, me and my wife has switched to drinking a cup of ginger tea
Ooh.
about an hour before we go to bed, and I think that's been what's been helping me get better sleep.
Ginger spice keeps me awake.
Does
Just
it?
never
yeah,
lets me
just-
rest.
Ginger tea.
Well, yeah, just
With a little
ginger
CBD.
spice. Knowing
just-
that ginger spice is alive makes me not be able to get rest.
I don't know. We've been doing it, and it's been helping me go to sleep. So I don't know. It's been helping.
Okay.
And the only
And
thing
then when
that's
I
weird
think
is
about sporty spice,
Woo.
it does make your body feel a little hot, though. Like it does give you a little.
Get a little hot flash.
well,
Oh,
I'm already
definitely
I'm
getting a
already
hot
fat.
flash right now.
Yeah, I'm fat. I don't want any hot flashes happening.
Oh shit. Ooh, real
Yeah,
quick, did
so-
Tony Kanaan is he retiring?
Yeah, this is his last race. This is his
Oh.
retirement race.
Good for
So-
him.
Yep, you're correct, sir.
Good
You
for
are
him.
correct.
I just want to say, I decided to look up the most dominant manufacturers in racing history, and these are the manufacturers that are coming up, right? And we're gonna start with the Japanese, the JDM. You ready? Honda.
Honda.
Notice
Oh,
notice
oh,
how I
Toyota-
didn't say
wait,
Nissan
Toyota?
or Toyota.
Toyota. You
Honda.
said
Honda.
Toyota, right?
Honda.
Toyota.
Honda.
Suzuki?
Do you hear what I'm saying, PD? It's Honda. All right, not Toyota, not Nissan. Honda. All right, get over
Followed
it.
by a
NSX,
close
baby.
second to Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi. Yeah,
We don't want to
Mitsubishi.
talk about that. We don't. Let's
Oh
go
man.
to the other name that comes up. Ready? Ferrari. All right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ferrari.
Mhm.
You want to know another one? Porsche. Okay. You
Yeah.
wanna hear another one? Subaru. You ready for the other one? Chevy, bitches.
Ooh,
Chevy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like a
America.
rock.
But-
Fuck yeah.
Nope.
Like
we
a
don't want that.
rock. Ooh, yeah.
We don't
like a
know.
rock. We need to bring that
we don't
Just
commercial
so
want
back.
everybody, just so everybody knows, when Ford decides they want to put their shit up, when they do, they fucking they are amazing. All right.
They
God, I
win.
still wish
they
they
fucking
raced that
do.
Ford GT, man.
I do. There should be a 2023
There
Ford
should.
GT on this circuit. There should be. And you know what? Dodge as well, because that
Right?
fucking ACR is the fucking
Dude,
king
yes.
on those tracks.
Fuck yeah.
All
Fucking
right,
A.
just saying. That's for you Nissan fanboys, all right, and you fucking PD over there thinking that Nissan and Toyota has any type of argument of why they're fucking great. Those cars, those
Yeah.
manufacturers. If the NSX was, wouldn't be as mad. I'm just stating.
No, because the NSX isn't doing horribly well right now in any of the series. It's
But at
okay, but
least
it's
it's
not
Honda.
spectacular. Yeah,
least
no,
it's
no, no.
Honda.
I agree with that. I mean, I really think that PD needs to be looking at our race series that have happened in the last like 3 years. And
I just want to say I'm so sorry for bringing us back to this. All right, I just couldn't help it.
yeah,
I tried
it's-
not to, and I just had to come back.
Just bring it back.
It just makes you mad. It makes you mad because it shouldn't be. Well, okay. When was the last time you saw a Group 3 or a GT3 Supra? Yeah. No. No.
I saw a GT4 Supra.
A GT. Yeah.
Guess how it does.
And it got blown by in matter of seconds by McLaren.
Yeah. There's another
does
one.
Really well in GT.
The McLaren should be up there too. Oh wait. The two
you mean the
cars that are
manufacturer?
dominant shouldn't be close. Those,
you mean the manufacturer that won Daytona this year should be good? The McLaren? Oh, no way.
No. What are you thinking? No. You're crazy. You're a crazy person.
Oh, I'm stupid.
Yep.
What
Again,
was I thinking?
this is the reason why. Okay, PD, you need to hire the PDX Sim team to come in and plan your races.
Mm-hmm.
Plan your races.
And let me do
I'll
the
start-
balance for you.
You know, we need to plan races. We need to get the BOP down, to where it's correct. Oh, wait, there's a way you could do it where it's not going to really cost you a lot of money, but you're not going to do it for some weird reason. Like, just doesn't make any sense to me. Or maybe I should just say follow the money.
Oh, yeah.
Just follow the money.
There you go. Follow that money. Follow that cash.
Yep, follow the money, and you'll find out why two manufacturers are so fast.
So how much time do we have? As I have a topic I'd like to bring up.
Yeah, bring it up. Let's go.
Oh, we're all out of time. Get to you guys all next week.
It was good
Stay
talking
tuned
to you
next
guys.
Pull the brakes. All right. So speaking of like talking about manufacturers, right? There's a couple manufacturers that I want to bring up, just in case some of you guys out there don't want to use Nissan and Toyota. And I'm not going to say the obvious McLaren one either, right? But I think that you should look at Lexus. I think you should look at Lambo, right?
Ooh, okay.
You want something that can compete. You want something that's going to put up good times per lap. Those two manufacturers are very, very close in Group 3 specifically, but they aren't too bad in Group 4. They're not like the bottom of the bottom. They're pretty good. And for us USA guys, our best manufacturer going in has to be Dodge, because Dodge Viper in Group 3 is not too bad.
No.
And guess Group 4, it's always been somewhat of a solid car. It's not as strong as it used to be, but it's still solid. So that as a manufacturer you should look at is Dodge. I say stay the fuck away from Ford, stay the fuck away from Chevy, even though I'm going to pick them because I'm an idiot. You know, stay away from those two. I don't think you're going to have a good time. Sorry, Plaka. I know that you love your Fords, but I'm unfortunately, I think you're going to have a really rough season if they do not change the BOP. Renault is still solid too. I think that's definitely something you should decide to choose. And I will also throw Ford in there. Or not Ford, Porsche in there. I want to throw Porsche.
Yeah, Porsche's always a good solid one for a go-to.
Mm-hmm. I would also say Beamer, but I feel like if you pick Beamer, right, don't race Group 4. Just wait it out.
Right.
Well, that's the same thing with Porsche though.
Well, the Cayman isn't bad at some courses. It's pretty. It only looks bad because you're comparing it to the big three in Group 4, and one of them being super overpowered, which is Silva. But let's not talk about Silvia. If you're going to compare the Cayman to, like, say, Ferrari and McLaren, besides top end, it's pretty close.
Yeah, that's the only problem I have with it. It's a fun car to drive, but there's no top end there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so it's going to depend. Like Porsche, honestly, Porsche is going to depend on, for me, in manufacturers, it's going to depend on what the Group 4 races are.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the Group 4 races are at handling tracks, I'll go Porsche.
Mm-hmm.
If not, I think I might take you up on. I might actually take you up on the old, not Lamborghini, but Lexus.
Yeah, that's a solid one.
Lexus is a strong choice, man. Strong choice.
Because the Lambo can be a death car.
Mm-hmm.
Could be at certain tracks.
Yeah, it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't know what it wants to do. It doesn't know whether it wants to power understeer or power oversteer or do both at the same time. It can be sort of chaotic.
All I know is it just wants to get its ass end out front.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
You know, Ferrari is an interesting choice going into, because it's not like Ferrari's bad in Group 3 right now. Like, all the cars having their performance nerfed, you know, like, it's closed the gap from where Ferrari was to what it is now. It's not terrible in Group 3. I think it's better than the Corvette, all right?
Okay.
And when you go into Group 4, it is the second best car in Group 4. So Ferrari is an interesting too. So I don't know. That's what I have when it comes to picking manufacturers. If you decide not to go Nissan or Toyota, which I hope most people don't do, and we have a nice variety in all the splits, it'd be great. Those are the manufacturers that I would be looking at personally, especially Lexus. Lexus is such. People don't know about that car. The car is good. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I ran Lexus during the test season, and it was solid.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you got me thinking now.
Right? It's
I
hard.
also worry about.
I'm glad I did.
Yeah. Well, I also worry about. I need to test cars out to see what they like in VR.
Yeah,
that's a big thing.
Yeah,
too.
the Lamborghini
like visibility.
Group 3 is hard because it doesn't have a rear view mirror or a camera, so you can't see really behind you. And the side mirrors are tiny, and so the visibility in that thing fucking sucks.
I mean, basically you're just gonna have to buy yourself a spotter.
Right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Really. Man, yeah, because I mean, I would. Man, yeah, that's a big thing I noticed. I didn't enjoy the visibility out of the Porsche too much.
Mm-hmm.
It was well, I should say yesterday in the Group 1, but the Group 1 cars are always sort of difficult
they're
to see
tight.
out.
Yeah,
They're tight, and they've got the great big fender wells in front of you that block a lot of vision too.
Yeah. Because, the Porsche Group 1, you just have the side mirrors, and that's it as well. So, just like that.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't fun to. It wasn't. I mean, it's always fun to drive, but when it comes to that stuff, it wasn't awesome. That's for
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
Man, it can be a little difficult.
Oh,
little
yeah.
difficult.
Need that radar up, that's for sure.
Oh man, yeah, and even
Uh,
that doesn't stop people
Right.
from coming 6
Oh,
miles
yeah,
back
no,
and
because all of
smashing
a
into you.
sudden, yeah, and you got one eye on that, one eye on the road. And, yeah. It's tough.
Wow,
Genesis
now you
is
got me
also
thinking.
another Genesis, but it's the opposite of Ferrari because it's strong in Group 3, not so strong in Group 4.
Right.
So Genesis is another selection. And I just want to recommend for you to try on VR. Sloth, Bill, shout out to Bill, who's been giving me some excellent races on my stream lately. Like he races in VR.
Oh, we lost you.
Oh, we're losing you.
Oh
Are
no,
you out
is my
smoking? Are
mic
you out
dying?
smoking a cigarette? Are you out and smoking
No.
a cigarette?
Nope, I'm still here.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
clicking in and out. So shout out to Bill. He races in VR.
Yeah, he races in VR and he uses the. Am I still going in and out?
A little bit, yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me just reconnect.
Well, he's reconnecting everybody. Let's.
Kirith, if anyone's really interested in VR, Kirith on YouTube, dude, he pushes VR like nobody's business. He's always putting videos out about VR.
Dude, the
And,
VR
it's the shit. I
VR
love
is
it.
great.
I love it.
Like honestly, if you're not using I can understand it's expensive, so I understand if you can't afford it. But if you can afford it and you want the experience of racing,
Oh yeah, get it.
get it.
Yeah, I had someone
and
comment.
yes, it will take you a little bit longer to get used to it, but just do it. It's great.
Dude.
I don't race
just
any
do it,
other
do
way
it.
now.
Yeah, it's the only way to go. Bumper mode's weird now. Yeah, some guy commented on a video asking me, is VR really worth it? And I told him, yes, it is. That's the only way I race now is in VR. I love it. So
No, because you
Definitely
feel like
worth it.
you're there.
Yeah.
It's
What did
okay.
you-
So hold on, listen. So yesterday I'm racing, and I start laughing because there is a reflection off from my buckle onto the windshield of the car inside. I reached down with my hand to pull my shirt down over the buckle.
totally
Omaha,
immersed.
Omaha. Do I sound better?
There you go.
Yes, you do. Now, I pulled my shirt down whilst realizing that my hand didn't come off the steering wheel. And I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, oops.
The glare's still there. The glare's still there. What's going on?
Yeah.
That's a
I'm racing, and he tells me this at the same time. It's like I just tried to fucking cover the glare up. Fucking Jesus Christ.
This is, okay, so it's saying that is how, like, you start to do, and I think Kareth has talked about this too, you start to feel the sun on you.
Yeah. Yep.
Like your brain is going, this is hot here, this is cool here.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. It is amazing. And for those of you that's like, oh well, it's gonna slow me down, or you're a person like Key who steers his cars by riding it like a motorcycle.
Right. Leaning.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna work. Don't be mad at the VR. That's a you thing. That's not a VR thing. That's a you thing. You're doing. You're not doing what you're supposed. Put on some seatbelts so you can't move.
Right. Get them harnesses in there. 5.1.
Okay, so what were you going to say about Bill there, Mullet?
Oh, I was saying that Bill races with that Renault sometimes, and he uses VR. So give that one a shot before you select your menus for you guys in VRs. If you guys like the visual in there, and it's a strong car, really good acceleration in the low speed corners. So just
Okay.
give that a shot.
Out.
Yeah, it should have good visual. It seems like it would have good visual.
Well, yeah, I'll have to hop. I can't remember. I've raced in it before. I can't remember if it has good visuals or not. I'll have to look at it again. But it's like everything else. It takes getting used to.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
just takes getting used to. And
Putting the time in.
some of the cars are shit. You can't see anything in
No,
them.
yeah. Yeah.
And other ones are good. The Sylvia is great.
Mm-hmm.
The Sylvia is open and you can look around and see everything you need to see. It's really, really, really good when it comes to VR. The Ferrari is a little cramped, I feel, for
Yeah.
myself. It's a little cramped, but I mean, it's still, and it's if you can afford VR, go VR. It just is a game changer. It makes you feel like you're in the car. And with you, Mullet, it would not take you long to be up
Oh
to speed
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And then you,
I think he'd
and
even
then
get
you
faster.
feel, yeah, and then you feel like you're in the car, like because you pick up different braking points too.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're like, oh, I pick up that braking point off from the A pillar,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to trying to think where your bumper
I
is.
use
You're
a lot
like,
of
oh,
dips
when
in the
that
road.
crosses that. Yep. You can see stuff a lot better. The only thing that's hard is when it gets wet.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing change and seeing the roadway like start to dry out is a little difficult. But man, I tell you, it's a game changer for me. I there's no reason for me to go back to bumper cam.
Yeah. No. Plus, it's too hard.
So
I suck in bumper now.
The view I would prefer to drive in would be the hood view, but we don't technically have a hood view in GT. It's the
no, you either
bottom
have
cam.
roof cam or
Yeah,
bumper
roof.
cam.
Yeah. I wish they had hood view. That's the one thing I can't wait for, and I hate to bring it up again because we talk so much beautiful stuff about GT, but that's one of the things I can't wait for in Forza Motorsport. They have a legitimate hood view with a mirror, and
Oh shit.
that is how I've been racing for years. Okay, years. I really cannot wait to be in that view again.
When's that get released?
So this is the thing about Xbox that's been really letting me down for shit since the Series X and S has been released. I don't even think they know when it's supposed to be released
Ooh.
because apparently they're having, what I'm speculating, what I think they're having issues with is ray tracing and keeping the FPSs up to 60.
Oh, okay.
Right? And you need to have 60 frames per second in racing games. Racing games as crucial as fighting games in my opinion to make sure it's as solid, crisp 60 frames. Can't be any less. Honestly, it shouldn't have more, but it can't be any less than 60.
Right.
And I think they're having issues with their the fidelity of the game and making sure it runs that smooth. And
Yeah.
I think it was supposed to come out spring this year.
Right.
And spring's almost over. Summer is starting this
Oh,
next
yeah.
month coming up. So I mean, well, hopefully soon.
I was thinking probably around Christmas it'll end up coming out. Or wouldn't they
Yeah.
usually come out around October, November though, right? For Forza?
Usually, yeah.
I can't remember because I haven't picked up a Forza game at
Right,
launch
it's been
since
a minute.
Forza 4.
It's been a minute.
Forza 4 is the
Yeah,
last
that's the last
Forza
one I
I
really
picked
played
up
too.
at launch. And just so you know, Forza 4 had a leveling system that went way beyond 50. I think it was 999 was the max.
Damn.
Yeah,
Jesus.
so yeah, I really hope that game is good. I
Right.
really do. Not even just because I want PD to be better, but if that game is good, it gives us another game to
Yeah.
play. Another
then I gotta
racing
buy a
game
fucking
that we love.
Xbox.
I really
You know
hope
what?
it
It's
doesn't.
about as much as a VR.
Right? I know.
Yeah, I got
That's true.
I got the Xbox. I got the Xbox X series.
Well, see, yeah.
with the upgraded controller
Oh, okay.
for $650.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Go ahead.
just for us Fanatec users, right? So everybody here got a DD Pro, right?
Yep.
No,
I
I
do.
have the CSL.
I got the base. I don't have the I didn't get the whole
Okay,
thing.
so you guys have, if you got the base, even the CSL Elite, right? If you just get an Xbox,
Yeah, compatible
rim,
wheel. Yeah.
you will be able to play your setup with the Xbox. It will connect. It will work.
You just
So
put
for
it in
anybody that
PC
uses
mode,
that,
right?
use
The
it.
base.
Nope, you could put it on an Xbox mode. It's a green mode. It's a green. It turns green for you. That's an
Oh,
Xbox.
okay. So once you hook the wheel up, it'll go green, kind
You
of thing.
should on your Pro, when you're flipping through the colors, you should already have a green.
Oh.
I don't think.
I'll
Yeah,
have
it
to
should
look.
already be green.
Because I got a red for PC. I got 2 PlayStations. I think
And you
there's
should have a
one
green.
more. Okay.
Yep, should have a green.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, Forza's dope, and I always I really enjoyed 4. After that, I didn't really play too much, but yeah, when they first announced the new Forza, it was only gonna be on the X, for the X.
It should be only on X.
And
get rid of the Series S.
during their little announcement thing, then they announced, wait, you will be able to play it on the S as well at launch. And the 1S, you'll be able to stream it if you have Game Pass, because they're releasing that to Game Pass on launch.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I was like, ooh,
That's
I'll be able to
terrible,
play,
yeah.
but if you're streaming it and not actually having to download the game, it's going to fucking suck. It's going to be so spotty. And I just got my Logitech G920 back from a customer I sold it to. And I hooked it up for my son, so he's been playing Horizon on it. And I tried it today, and it was pretty decent. So I was like, ooh, when this comes out, we'll be able to try it. But if I want it to be good, I got to upgrade my Xbox, because I ain't going to stream it.
I'm telling you right now, there's only going to be 2 ways to play this game. One of those ways will be PC. The other is going to be on the Xbox Series X.
Right.
The games that have been... I'm just going to talk about Turn 10. Turn 10, is Microsoft's and Xbox's saving grace for their consoles.
Mm-hmm.
Turn 10 pushes the graphics of their consoles
they
to
are
the
beautiful.
absolute max. And I love the look of GT, but I still don't think GT looks as good as Forza 7 does. Forza 7 is a beautiful game, and I'm just stating, like, this Forza coming out is going to look amazing. You're not going to want to play it on anything other than a Series X or a PC. Like, play on those consoles for your best experience.
Oh, yeah. And get that upgraded monitor or TV with the new HDMI 2.1, 120 hertz. Oh, it'll really be crispy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And I think it's about that time, boys. Great show.
About that time. Show.
Great show. That was a show. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, wraps up episode 37 of the DGDR podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be on later tonight, and we'll go down the line, and everyone can shout out their socials and where to find you. Jimbo, hit it.
Oh, that's pretty easy. I've got Instagram and the Twitters, PDX_Jimbo_Racer. That's my YouTube also, so you can find me on any one of those. If you have any suggestions for the podcast or anything else, go ahead and hit me up on there, and we can see what we can do for you. What about you there, Mike?
You can find me on the YouTubes, PDX_N_Mixmaster. That's pretty much all you'll ever really find me these days. What about you, Mo?
Me? You can find me on YouTube. I'm Mullet. We stream 5 days a week, and now on Saturday, so we're at 6 days a week.
Damn.
We will not be doing a morning tomorrow. It's going to be a night stream, so I'll see you guys 6 p.m. on the dot, and we are going to have ourselves some fun with the new dailies. Again, YouTube, I'm Mullet. Growing like a weed.
Hell yeah. And you got a giveaway once you hit 1,000?
We're giving away when we get to 250. We're giving
Ooh.
away when we get to 500.
Ooh.
We're giving away when we get to 750.
Oh.
And then we're going to give away the GT Omega Prime.
Oh, damn. So you get a car, you get a car, you get a car.
We all get cars.
Yeah. I like it. I like it. Well, yeah, you can find me YouTube, PDX Sim, and then the team channels, PDX_Sim_team. And then you could also find that on the Instagram, PDX_Sim_team. And I'm PDX Sim Racer on the Instas. So yeah, find us,
Make
hit
sure
us up.
make sure if you have suggestions or anything
Yes.
or complaints or
Hit us up,
praises,
let
hit
us
us
know.
up. Hit any one of us up.
Yep.
We
And
love
Or
it.
Joshua
you can hit up
Builds.
Polyphony Digital. They don't care anyway. So
Yeah.
talk to those guys
Yeah,
if
Alright.
you
don't
have
worry
any
about it.
complaints.
They don't pay
Joshua
attention.
Builds, shout out to Joshua Builds, because he does let us know what's up.
Yep.
He
We
does.
appreciate it.
No more bells.
We
And Kevin.
You know.
Shout out to Kevin. 'cause
Kevin.
Kevin is the GOAT.
Yeah. And Square Peg Racer and Plaka.
Square Peg always enjoy Square Peg for shouting
All
us
our
out.
UK
You're-
buddies
you're
out there,
awesome.
Jamie, Shits and
Oh,
Giggles
yeah.
guys, they all listen.
Shits
so.
and Giggles guys,
What's up,
always
UK?
appreciate it.
Dude, it'd be
So
great to go out there and do a
Nice
pod with all those
guys.
guys in person at the
Don't
pub.
Oh my
forget
gosh,
GT
yeah.
Slow Mo.
Dude,
Oh, GT
Yeah.
Slow Mo.
Jim, we did it again.
Did it again.
Oh, did we
Every time.
forget about? Did we forget about
Yeah,
that?
we were supposed to talk about that at finally.
Oh,
oh,
on. We're-
we are definitely
we're out of time.
Out of time.
Definitely out of time.
Out
Sorry,
of
we can't.
time. Out of time.
Yep, sorry guys.
Sorry.
Maybe we can get to
Sorry.
that next
Something.
week.
Maybe.
Sorry.
Well, maybe if we didn't rant so much all
Right.
maybe we get some time to get
Smoke
it
so
next
much
week,
damn
so-
weed, you forget.
What are we
just-
talking about? What are we supposed to talk about?
Sheep.
We,
we
we
don't
can't
have
get
enough
into
time.
it. We get it done.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it'll have to be next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
Next week.
All right.
So we'll
All
see
right,
you
guys,
guys
next
next
week.
Monday. Peace.
Next Monday. See you tonight.